Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the shed. Today we're going to try to get this thing onto a drawing sheet so that someone, architect or anyone else, engineer or a customer can see what you're actually planning to build. So what we can do is a drawing looks like this right here. So we have the ground floor view with all the dimensions, so we know the actual size of the shed, elevation views to see any of the features from the side, a detail view right here that shows what we are actually going to do to build the wall and all the components of it, and then a rendering. So probably one of the more interesting things of it, or people like looking at it. So we're going to make this sheet. We're going to go into doing the, we're going to probably do the elevations first and setting up the ground for that, and then we'll move into dimensioning. So, or we may do it a little bit differently. Who knows? Let's get going with this. All right, so here's our shed. We got the garage door in it. We got a couple of windows and the door right there. And we're gonna put this onto some ground so we have something to look at. So we're gonna go into our panels. We're gonna go into massing and site. You're gonna click topo surface, and let's go into site right here so we can see what we're looking at. So I click site over in the project browser, still in that massing and site. We're in the modify edit surface, so we can see the top view of our shed. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add points, elevation points. So we're going to go place point, and the elevation we're going to put is negative 0.6 feet. Sorry, negative 0.5 feet, which is going to be 6 inches. And we're going to draw 4 points going around, kind of arbitrary. You can see how it goes that. So now anywhere within those 4 points or in that contour is going to be at a negative elevation. It doesn't really matter for this. You're going to hit the check mark. And if we go to 3D view, you can see now our little shed is on some ground. And now from here, what we're going to do is we can change that surface. So if you click on it, material, hit here, and we can look for grass. Nothing there. All right, so then let's go to down here, creates and duplicates material. So let's just X that. There's definitely nothing there, huh? Nope. Right here, create new material. Let's type it identity. Grass, graphics, we're going to use it under appearance. We are going to replace that asset here. Type grass. Ooh, Bermuda grass, bluegrass, well, whatever one you like. Let's go for some grass thick. Click that. All right, little double arrows brings it in. You can close that window. Hit OK. And it did not change. Why is that? Let's try that again. Click the top surface, material. There's the grass, appearance. Okay, identity, good. Shiny image fade, nothing changing there. Hit OK. There we go. I must have X'd out of it right away. And so now we're on some grass. What we're going to do is we're going to use this for our elevation views. And notice here, if you don't really like the shape, if you go back into the site plan, double click on it, we can go to edit surface, and then you can take these points and drag them if you want. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, that looks good. Check. And now when we go back to our 3D view. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into our elevation views. So you can click on east, you can see it from the side. And on this one, I actually already started dragging these in. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to go to one of the views. You can see how these are all dragged out. Click on it, and since it's locked into with the other one, drag it in close. And we may adjust these later on. Click, drag it in close. You can do that for each of the elevations. That one looks good. That one looks good. That looks good, so we're all good there. What you do notice is that our ground, is going to be a little, it's bigger than what we want to see. So we're going to want to adjust that as well. And we're going to go back and do probably adjusting a few times. If we go to the ground floor view, we are going to go down to the bottom here, show crop region. So this is the whole area that's being shown. What we're going to do is we're going to drag this in. Click, drag them in. Got that. And when we hide crop region, like that. And now when you go to the elevations, it'll bring it in. So we'll end up adjusting a little bit more and taking care of all that. Yeah, well, good. So now, let's go to our ground floor plan. Let's do a dimension view first. So in floor plans, go to ground floor, right click. We are going to duplicate view, duplicate. So now notice you got ground floor copy 1, right click, rename that, and we will call this dimensioned view. Hit OK. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put dimensions on this. Annotate. We're going to go align dimensions. Right? And what you'll see is that when we zoom in, we go to like the interior of the wall, center of the wall, outside. So if we go place dimensions, we're going to go faces of core. There. There. Click. So you notice that our shed is actually 16 feet, 3.5 inches. It's a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be. If we go to the other way, click, click, same thing. Okay, so the reason being is that when we made this, we did it on a different size wall, and we did it to the center line, I believe it was. So now with that, it gives us the edit. So if we want to adjust the footprint, we can actually hit escape, click a wall. All right, it says 16 feet. Click that dimension down there, 16. There we go. Now we have an actual of 16 feet. Notice that the inside or the center of the core of the wall is 15 feet, 8.5 inches. It's fine. You can go to this back wall, click that dimension, make it 12, and adjust it. Now, if we go to the ground floor view, it actually adjusts it there as well. So all the views are adjusted based on that. Back to our dimension view. So we have that. And we also have another issue, and I'm going to show that in 1 second. Let's do it now before I forget. Go down to Sheets. I'm going to right click, New Sheet. Wrong size sheet, we don't want that. We want 11 by 17 so we can print it out. Detail, we're going to go to that US Imperial folder, Detail Items. And we should go up. I believe it's in actually Title Blocks. Sorry, Title Blocks. 11 by 17 horizontal. Click that. Open. That's the one we want. Hit OK. That's our sheet. And if we take the dimension view and drag it in, it's pretty big. We can adjust the size of this, that crop region. We can actually bring all that in. So click on it, delete it. Let's go. There it is. Let's go now back to Sheets, over on the side, unnamed, dimension view. Okay. So it's still, the crop region on that needs to be brought in. Let's do that. So we'll bring the crop region in on it, delete it, dimension view. Let's go to zoom out, show crop region. Because we made a copy of this one, so now we got to bring it all in. Let's bring it in close to those dimensions. We'll be adding more in a moment. Okay, so this is just to figure out what it looks like on the sheet. Hide crop region. Sheets, dimension view, click, drag. There we go. That 1/8 inch by for every 1/8 inch on here is 1 foot. It's actually not too bad of a size when we do that. We can bump it up a little bit. If we go to the view scale, if we click on it and go to the view scale, go maybe 3/16 of an inch. Let's hit apply. Yeah, that's better. All right, so it's a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see. So we're going to use that size right there. We can probably go a little bit bigger, but for now, let's leave that. Go to the dimension view. Notice the 3/16 is there still. Okay, so we did those dimensions there, 12 feet, 16 feet. Let's go back to align dimensions. Now we're going to go from here, the center of the door, center of the window, center of that window, over to the side right there. You're going to bring it down. Okay, a little bit past. And I'm going to hit escape. Click the door. Notice that this dimension is 2 feet, 7 3/4 inches. That's actually not too bad. To the center of that door. If we wanted to bring that door over a little bit, right, to make that more of an even number, we could. It's completely up to you. 2 feet, 4 3/4 inches. If you want to make it 2 feet, 4 inches. There we go. So now it's an even number for that dimension. 4 3/4 from there, 4 feet. All looks good. Even this, if we wanted to make this window over a little bit more. Like that. We could. But I think that's pretty much fine. Make a little bit better dimensions. Then we're going to take this, click, drag it into place, and you'll notice that it kind of snaps at one point. That's where we want it. This one's good. And then we're going to do dimension here. I'm actually going to delete this dimension. Aligned. Go here to there, out, here, center of the door, over to there, bring it, good, hit escape, and we'll bring this one in. Looks like it actually is in a good spot. We want it so it snaps, good. So those are the dimensions that we need. 16 feet, 12 feet, to the center of the door right there. If we actually click the door, we might be able to, let's see, adjust this a little bit, because to make it centered. Okay, so notice that that's all right. So now if we notice this dimension over here, they're not equal. So if we click, notice there's an equal sign there, click it, boom, now it's equal, centered on that wall. That is good. You could probably do it over here, equal, and then you could center everything like that. If you want to do it, fine. I'm going to leave it. Why not? Makes no difference to me. And anyway, so there's that. Let's take a look at the 3D view. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go with it. Looks good to me. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And now let's go back to the sheets. Double click on it. All right. Okay, so now let's drag this sheet on. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm going to actually change the view scale to 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. Let's go to sheets. Let's drag that on. That looks pretty good. Drag this up a little bit. There we go. And that gives us plenty of room for our elevations. So let's go to elevations. Let's take a quick peek at them. All right, so let's take a look at this. Now when we drag it on, we'll have to see what happens with this line. And actually, let's do this. Show crop region. Click. Let's drag that in. Drag that in. Hide crop region. Remember I said we'll probably have to adjust these a little bit. Go to each elevation. Show crop region. Click. Drag. Click. Drag. Good. Hide crop region. You could do that for the south wall. Crop region. Click. Drag. Click the right side here. I'm going to leave it out a little bit. I'm going to drag, where it says ground floor, out a little bit. There we go, so it's not intersecting my house. And let's take a look at the west. Same thing. Show crop region. It's a lot of fine tuning with these sheets. Let's bring it in. Click ground floor. Bring that over a little bit. Good. over to the left side here. Click. Okay, so those are our elevations, and actually could probably bring this line in a little bit as well, and then bring the crop region in. All right, cool. Hide that. Okay, so now we go back to the sheets, and let's bring some elevations in. So I can go to the south elevation if I want. Bring that one in. Let's take a look. Good. And I think, so right now it's showing the crop region. I never turned it off. Let's go back to south. See, so there it is. And actually I could leave it on the sheet. I'm gonna bring these in a little bit, make more room. Hide crop region. All right, so let's just double check them again. East, good. I'm actually gonna come in east a little bit more. Let's get this ground floor over. All right, that should be good. Okay, whoops, double clicked off. East, good. North, can line them up. Okay, I'm actually not going to put the north view in since there's nothing there. South view, I know is something there. Good. And I'm just gonna leave those two views. This is the one with the garage door there. The other side is this with the out the garage door. If you want, you can put all four in. I'm not. We need to leave side over here, room on the side for our detail view and for the rendering up on top. So I'm gonna stop here before we go into the detail view and rendering. I'll probably do those in 2 different videos. So I hope you somewhat enjoyed this, and good luck on for the next one.